Our next poet coming to the mic is a truly remarkable woman that I am very honored to say that I know. She has an amazing spirit, and she has she has one of the sweetest voices in the world. It's very sweet and melodic, and she lent her sweet voice and ensconcing words to Words and Words as a night that I host, and she's been there since the very first one, and even though she's so busy and she has to travel so far to come, I'm always so happy to see her, and that is Miss Patrice Melnick. Patrice's essays and poems have appeared in a number of literary journals, including Grain, The Xavier Review, Buffalo Bones, and Prism International. Her memoir, Turning Up the Volume, was published in 2005, and she has a forthcoming collection of essays coming out this fall. She has taught at Xavier University in New Orleans for 13 years, where she founded one of the first creative writing programs at a historically black university. She teaches a literary nonfiction workshop in a low residency MFA program. And following Hurricane Katrina, Melnick opened an international gift shop and started a literary reading series in 2010. She established the nonprofit organization The Festival of Words. And she holds a BA in English from the University of Texas of Austin and an MFA from the University of Alaska Fairbanks. Please welcome to the stage a wonderful person and a very talented poet, Miss Patrice Melnick.
She's so sweet to me. Thank you, Jonathan, for organizing this, and Christina and all the people who helped bring this together. I didn't specifically look for any poems about change, but I see change sort of in the gathering of these literary groups, and many of the poets here are also educators and are helping people realize the power of the written word and the spoken word, and I see change coming in from that direction. I have first poem is a persona poem called Dancing at Tipitina's After the Flood. My husband frowns because I don't stay home anymore. Sunday afternoon, he is planting new crepe myrtles or painting over brown scum water lines that ring our house. I take off for tips to waltz in the arms of God knows who, Bernie says. Whom, I correct him. You're wrong, he says. It's who. Whatever. Sundays at 3, it's the Bruce Daggerpont Band. They've played every week since the children were really children. April 2006, Tips reopened, and I am there like clockwork. It's down the street, past weary houses and yards of car corpses. My best friend meets me there, and we Cajun jitterbug with courteous country boys and crazy middle-aged bachelors who ask a different girl with every song. I spin till my vision tilts, and I wear my fresh post-Katrina, now I can dance skirt, and my thoughts fog over, stale thoughts of bidding contractors and that dead-end road home program. Sunday after 3, no more putrid trash piles in the street and no yellow barricade police tapes around the suicide house this week. I look over the rounded shoulder at my chin and see a sea of used up faces that just stare back. The dancers become a wave of sweaty, mindless bodies that rock sway into muddy water. My nostrils fill with the scent of red beans and rice and stale beer. Bruce Daggerpont's voice calls out. Gina Forsythe's fiddle cry cuts back and forth above our heads, and I sway in the blue arms of God knows whom. I did not teach grammar. It's okay. And this is called a Facebook poem. What are you thinking about? I am thinking about the taste of sweet tea and almond cookies. I'm thinking I rarely recoil from the news anymore. I'm thinking of the beginning of hurricane season, the bright swirl of poppy red line of electric yellow blooming and spinning on the Doppler radar. Thinking of the power going out and the furious cooking and eating of roast beef and chicken gumbo before it spoils. I am thinking about friends who will visit me while on vacation, and friends dodging the storm. I'm thinking of the way food rots. I'm thinking of the randomness of Facebook thoughts, and it becomes hard, sweet tea and almond cookies. And then I think the news isn't so bad. It's difficult to, then the brilliant swirl. I can't seem to finish music in the other room. The news of downfalls, thoughts are not finished. I can't seem to, spoiled food, finish a thought, and then I. And this last poem is another persona poem. It takes place in Africa. It's called Awa Speaks. The first one Baba picked was old, with dripping chin and snaggled breath. So I said no. I have time. Got an A in French this year. Baba says a good head makes a good match. Zenaba learned French songs from the radio, listened to merchants squawk until she understood. Baba picked a good one for her. He's good looking enough, Zenaba told me after the second time she met him. She gave him bread and coffee, and he laughed into her neck when Baba wasn't looking. She will be his first wife when he returns, but still she waits, and every time she sees a baby, Zenaba squeezes like it was hers. Dana can't wait. She's flunking French, hoping Baba will find a tall one, black as the back of night. She watches Zenaba sew, watches me study. Hers will be smart, she says, gold-rimmed irises, dark hair, arms like river vines. Dana imagines a baby named Almat, wrapped up on her back with almond eyes like hers, hair like his. She will stir the gunja and serve her husband seconds. Later, she might command a second wife, a third. I wrap my books in cloth to protect them from the pouring mud, the September rain. My French teacher gives me extra verbs. I read about the earth's curve, poetry rolls in my head, and I fight with the boys for a place in front. Baba's picked a new one for me. He's young, they say, teeth like coconut, reads French and Arabic. Baba says when he takes me, I'll be free from these verbs. Baba, I have time. Thank you.